Good evening. I would like to call this meeting to order, and Bishop Dion with Blaze Ministries is here to pray for us this evening. So if you're able to stand, please join us for prayer. Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Bishop Dion. Next is roll call.
Councilmember Gettle.
Present.
Councilmember Noor.
Present.
Councilmember Marsh.
Here.
Councilmember Manfredi. Here. Councilmember Wade.
Present.
Mayor Smith.
Here.
Vice Mayor Learman.
I'm here.
Vice Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Next is proclamations, acknowledgements, awards, and presentations, and we do not have any this evening. So we're going to go ahead and move to report from the council and the mayor. And I'd like to start with Councilmember Gettle, or excuse me, Councilmember Marsh.
So I've been busy the last couple of weeks with water meetings, but I'm not going to report on something that we've done. I'm going to report on something that the city decided not to do, and that's senior field trips. We used to have regular field trips for seniors out of here, going interesting places, even as far as Laughlin, Nevada. And that went away. The company that supplied it, I guess, went out of business or left town. So the seniors have been asking for senior field trips to get started again. And the city decided not to do it. Liability, cost, not in the budget, lots of reasons why. So a committee got formed out in the real world, and I found myself on that committee. And Ride 347 stepped up to the plate with their 2 buses. And then Ron Smith with his MaricopaSeniorLiving.org website got stood up and to promote senior field trips. And we've actually got one scheduled now, and we've got more in the works. The first one's going to Chandler Mall with dinner at the Cheesecake Factory coming up very soon, and it's full. It got booked full right away. So if you're a senior and if you're looking to get out of town, you've got rides again. We're going to start doing 1 a month, then 2 a month, and 3 a month, as long as the market keeps growing, and we'll see how far we can take it. But to access the scheduler and to pay for your ride, et cetera, go to MaricopaSeniorLiving.org. That's MaricopaSeniorLiving.org. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Marsh. Councilmember Gettle.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Yeah, there's been a busy couple of weeks this past week we've had, and I want to make a couple of acknowledgments and express some gratitude. On 9/11, as we gathered we had several opportunities in the city to hold a memorial service and to remember those great first responders that lost their lives, and several others in the aftermath of 9/11. I personally had the opportunity to attend the flag-raising ceremony and the memorial service there at Maricopa High School, and was just once again impressed by the quality of our young people in the junior ROTC program. And as they just put a remarkable memorial service together for that important date. On Saturday the 14th, I also had the pleasure to attend the First Responders and Veterans Luncheon hosted by our local veterans. Wonderful afternoon, or late morning, I guess it was, as they had several hours of our first responders being able to come in for a free lunch, and great potato salad. The coleslaw was amazing. Hot dogs and hamburgers. It was just wonderful to be able to recognize their service to our city and all that they bring to our residents. Also, later that afternoon, I was able to present to 10 graduates their certificates for graduating our CERT program, their Community Emergency Response Team. So we had another graduating class that rolled through here this last Saturday, and they're excited to jump in with their sleeves rolled up and serve in the city as well. Finally, last night, I had the opportunity to be at the DECA Professionals Dinner and be able to interact and associate with some of these amazing students, again, at MHS. I don't know what MHS is doing over there, but you guys have something special in that water. But top caliber students. We had a chance to learn a little bit more about the DECA program, what they're bringing into the district, into these young people's lives, and it was just absolutely remarkable. So I do want to invite the public, if I can, take just a moment, Vice Mayor, to make this announcement. On October 26th, DECA is hosting a Maricopa mini market. It's going to be placed at the Maricopa High School, and this is intent for, I'll just read here what they have. It's a wonderful opportunity. It's a children's business fair. It's aimed to inspire and motivate the young entrepreneurs of Maricopa. The event is intended to give kids K through 8 the platform to showcase their creativity in forms of business. What a hoot this will be if you have an opportunity to go. Kids will have an opportunity to enhance their knowledge on business and leadership skills, as well as to build their self-esteem and confidence. Students will get experience in the full process of building a unique business from start to finish, including brainstorming ideas, planning, and executing. The opportunity will serve as a very valuable experience for them and invest in their futures. So that will take place on October 26th. It's a Saturday from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and that'll be at the Maricopa High School. I believe it's in the courtyard there this year. With that, and carrying Councilmember Marsh's theme of what the city didn't do, I know there's a few individuals that have expressed some frustration. And so, Madam Vice Mayor, if I may just take a moment to lay out a couple of calendar ideas and then to share a couple of thoughts behind what happened. I want to be very transparent in the process that this council has been in over this past year. The issue that I'm addressing here today is a little bit about the facilities rental rates. And just so that we understand, in February 9th of 2023, during our futures planning meeting, council requested at that time that we make our city facilities more accessible to our residents and to our nonprofits. So on July 25th of 2023, we had a work session, and in that session we directed staff to present us with a new policy. That policy was presented to us in September of 2023. Where the new policy brought the rental rate fees for residents and for nonprofits to a 35% discount of what they previously were, making it a lot more cheap, a lot more inexpensive for individuals to be able to rent these rooms. We, at that time, myself included, several members of council stated that we felt that it wasn't quite enough, that we could go further. At which point we directed staff to study the usage, the demand for those facilities for this next upcoming year, and to come back and report to City Council to see where we can cut those fees even further. And that report is due back to City Council in January of 2025. So I want to publicly state that our goal has always been to try to find a way to manage a scarce resource. So we've been criticized a little bit for not allowing a certain nonprofit to use the library rooms for free recently to bring a much needed service into our city. We've even been accused, I have anyway, that this is about generating revenues for the city. Frankly, I find that notion absolutely disgusting, and I couldn't disagree with it more. So I want to publicly state that I agree that the service that this nonprofit particularly wants to bring into our city, into our resident, is absolutely valuable and it's absolutely needed, and I understand that. This is why we voted for the 35% discount in the current policy. But we also have to remember that there are another 100 plus nonprofits and faith-based organizations that would also like to have free space to bring their much-needed services to our city. And we simply cannot allow one nonprofit to have the limited space for free and then deny that same free space to another who is just as worthy in bringing those services into our city. So all of this is simply to say that I understand there's a lot of frustration regarding the current facility rental policy, and I'm also committed to work to lower those current fees as close to free as possible while still maintaining fair access to all, but this is going to take some time. It is a process. We still need to wait for staff's presentation in January, and at that point we'll do everything that I can to craft a policy that is fair and protects the taxpayer specifically. So as Paul Harvey once said, here's the rest of the story. The aforementioned nonprofit that has been priced out of the library has found alternative venues to bring the services to our city for free. And they're still finalizing their final agreements. Once those agreements are in place and it has been approved and sanctioned by the IRS, then they will be able to announce that location and those dates. But we are 99.8% confident that that service will still continue for the year 2025. So thank you very much, Madam Mayor. There's one other thing that I wish to bring up tonight, if I may, and that is today is the 237th anniversary of the signing of our Constitution. So on the 17th day of September, 1787, 39 delegates from 12 of the 13 then states added their signatures to what I believe is an inspired document, the Constitution of the United States. Today marks that, as I mentioned, the 237th anniversary of its signing. Now more than ever, we the people need to understand those founding principles. And tonight I'd like to invite all of us to take a few moments this week to reread the Constitution. It might have been a hot minute since we did it in high school, so we may have an opportunity to dive in once again. It's a real quick read. I've provided for anybody who's interested out on the desk before you walk into the chambers today a free copy of the pocket-sized Constitution. It has in there also the Declaration of Independence and also the Bill of Rights and the other amendments. The Declaration of Independence is our mission statement for our country. It answers the question of why we're doing what we're doing, while the Constitution itself outlines the how we go about getting that done. And I'll be the first to acknowledge we're not a perfect nation, but we're striving towards that possibility. And today, as we take maybe just a moment to reflect on those freedoms, those privileges, the rights that we have been guaranteed to be protected by these documents, it would do us well, I think, to be reminded of some of those basic principles. So, Madam Vice Mayor, thank you again for the time, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Councilmember Ghetto. Councilmember Wade.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor. I think it's ultimately appropriate as well that today is voter registration day. And throughout the day, a group of citizens have been located in several different locations throughout the city, one being Honeycut Coffee, CAC, Chai's Barbershop, and Tacos and More. And they're actually there now taking applications and submitting those applications for registration. So how appropriate is the day for it to be the anniversary exactly. I just want to speak just a little bit to the issue of our youth council. Our youth council was falling back, but we took a hold of it, grabbed it by the shoulders, and put Matthew Ritter on it. Any of you who know Matthew Ritter knows that we've got some quality support and education. We've done, we submitted to the community a Facebook posting, and the first response to the first meeting that we had brought in 40 applicants. And then we went to the National League of Cities with a portion of those kids that were identified as wanting to go. And then this last Saturday, and in another meeting for application, we took in another 30 applicants, a third of which was the same as before. And then we attended the Florence Teen Summit here this past Friday, where they were treated to some outstanding, I went along with them, some outstanding guest speakers, breakout sessions, and it was just, again, I'm always amazed by the quality of young people that we have in our presence. And they took it and they ran with it and they participated in it and made us look really good. And so I do anticipate that we will be having something similar here in the near future. But that opportunity to present ourselves, to present our students, was very worthwhile, very, it was just great. It was just great. So as you see more and more growth on the part of the Youth Council, thank them for having the fortitude to come forward and participate. Because there are a number of organizations that the young people have an opportunity to benefit from, participate in. And you see them, there's a couple of them that multitask better than we do, because they've got homework and school and friends and organizations and all these different things that they do, and they do it all with grace and professionalism. And so I just wanted to share with you what's going on with that council. It is, it's jamming.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Wade. Councilmember Noor.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Lehrman. Just a couple of things. I was able to attend the 347facts.com monthly meeting this month, and we've got a great group of dedicated volunteers who are working to help improve the 347, to help improve the knowledge about the importance of the 347. And so one issue they have is that when folks go to 347facts.com, they're not inputting their email and contact information, and so the group cannot then follow up with them on any campaigns that they are endeavoring in, whether it's emailing the governor, emailing legislators, whoever it is at this time that's necessary. So I highly encourage you to make sure that your contact information is inputted into that so that you can get these important updates and you can help us, help the city, help the 347facts.com group really make an impact with the folks who are making the decisions on funding and on timelines so that we can get this done as quick as possible. And then I want to thank the folks at 347facts.com. They're very dedicated to what they're doing, and it's a nice asset and complements what we're doing at the city level. And then I was also fortunate to attend the Art Awards celebration with Vice Mayor Lehrman. Vice Mayor Lehrman had a great idea to do an art contest with our city coloring book, our historical city coloring book, and it was just amazing to see the winners, and it was all ages from 3 to, adult, and what they were able to do with the pages of the coloring book. They're on display at the library if you'd like to see it, but it was great to be a part of that celebration and to hand out those awards, and that's all I have.
That's fine. Thank you very much. Mayor Smith.
Thank you very much. Would you please nod if I'm coming through well, because your voices to me is not coming through well, and so I'd like to make sure that I'm coming through clearly.
Yes, Mayor, you are.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And thank you so much, Councilmember Noor, for bringing up the 347facts.com. That is such a fantastic volunteer group. And we do need, we're putting the goals together, and we would love to have 2,000 letters go out to these 98 individuals, which includes state representatives, state senators, ADOT Transportation Board, and the governor's office. So I highly recommend that folks go check out 347facts.com, and please send an email letting them know your experience. So thank you very much, Councilmember Noor. Myself and City Manager Bitter were able to meet with the store manager and the district manager for Home Depot. They came to us, and I want to tell our wonderful community how proud I am of you, because all they did was rave about first how easy the city is to work with and how they work through all of their permitting process with pretty much great ease, and how much they wanted to celebrate the success of getting this store as far as it has come. They are very good community advocates, and so I know that their business is going to be amazing for our community. They shared with us, I also was able to take a tour with our assistant, Marlene Pierce, and Anthony Smith, and they showed us the rental department, which is huge for people where they don't need to buy an piece of equipment, they can rent it. And that's not available in all Home Depots. They made that quite necessary for the city of Maricopa. They also have a huge power tool department, which was amazing. And even more fun to know, 110 employees have been hired by this Home Depot store from our city of Maricopa. So yay, that takes 110 vehicles possibly off of 347. That's fantastic. But I posted that this grand opening is going to be epic, and it's going to be epic. So make sure you get there when they announce the date and time. I also had a meeting with City Manager Bitter with Palatine Sports. This is a group that started actually with their sports over in Santan Valley, and now they're bringing it to Casa Grande, to Maricopa. They bring a different version of sports programs, and really as a nice introduction to all children regarding a variety of different sports. So they plan on having their first 2 sports available in the early first quarter of 2025. So be looking for that. I think it sounds amazing. And then I heard that a couple of our council members mentioned the 911. I just want to say thank you to Maricopa Police Department, MUSD, Desert Sunrise High School, and CAC. I don't know if you got a chance to go look at their flag presentation that was there all day, but they have one flag representing every lost soul from 9/11, and I thought it was very beautiful and a very neat thing to present to our city. Now, I didn't hear anyone mention yet the ribbon cutting from Andy's Wine Bar. I was able to go to that and see just the proudness of this new business owner and walk into her facility and see how well she's decorated it, have a bite to eat, see how amazing the food is, and the wine collection is amazing as well. So if you haven't checked out Mandy's Wine Bar, I really encourage you to do so. I think it's such a great asset to our city. I also attended the Veterans and First Responders Lunch. I appreciate the way that our community really devotes time and dedication to honoring both our veterans and our first responders. I think it's fantastic. And then last but not least, talking about veterans, this coming Saturday at 7:30 in the morning is the Veterans Pancake Breakfast over at the Veterans Center. So come along and make a donation and eat some great pancakes and support our veterans in that capacity. Thank you very much, Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a few remarks since the last council meeting that we've had. I really want to thank the residents that took time to email the council about the importance of continuing the AARP services for our community. It is a really important issue, and as a council member, it's always nice to receive emails from community members advocating either for themselves or their fellow community members. So I want to thank everyone who took the time to do that. It was great to see the community come together and find a solution. I also was able to attend the 9/11 remembrances at the Maricopa Police Department and Maricopa High School, and they were both moving and beautiful events to attend. The City of Maricopa Historical Coloring Book Award ceremony was really touching, the families coming in and celebrating their artists' artwork and celebrating the pride of the City of Maricopa. I also wanted to congratulate Mandy's Wine Bar. I know a lot of people are very excited about this addition to our community. And then today I was able to go to Desert Sunrise High School and attend their AP government class and celebrate Constitution Day, 237th birthday. Representative Teresa Martinez and Representative Keith Seaman was also there, and we were drilled by these senior AP students who are brilliant and excited and motivated and engaged and ask us tons of questions. And it was such an honor to be there today. So much pride here in our community. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to...
Vice Mayor?
Yes, ma'am.
Vice Mayor? I have one additional thing, please, if you don't mind.
Yes.
So I wanted to remind everybody of the historic walkway ribbon cutting that is this Thursday at 9 a.m. at the Mike Ingram Heritage Park. I think you're going to find this new walkway very lovely. It tells the history of Maricopa, and it's being dedicated this Thursday, 9 a.m. at the Mike Ingram Heritage Park. So I would love for you all to be able to attend. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, we'll turn it over to the report from the city manager.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council. Just one thing to put on calendars if it's not already there. Our staff has been working really hard to provide some community events and new opportunities and new things. And one of those that's coming up is the concerts in the park. October 19th, so we're a little bit more than a month away, but October 19th is the first one, 5 p.m. We'll have another one November 2nd, also at 5 p.m. But now we get to start celebrating the weather improving and being able to be together in the outdoors and celebrate all that we've got in our community. So certainly want to make sure that that's on calendars coming up. That's all I've got.
Thank you. Thank you very much. At this time, we'll move to call to the public. Anyone wishing to speak can come up to the podium and address the council. If you filled out a speaker card, I will call your name and you can come up and address the council. I'm going to read the expectations of the speakers. Council requests that you express your ideas in 3 minutes or less and refrain from any personal attacks or derogatory statements about any city employee, a fellow citizen, or anyone else, whether in the audience or not. The mayor or designee will limit discussion whenever they deem such an action appropriate to the proper conduct of the meeting. At the conclusion of an open call to the public, individual members of the council may respond to criticism made by those who have addressed the council, may ask staff to review a matter, or may ask that a matter be put on a future agenda. However, members of the council will not discuss or take legal action on any matters during an open call to the public unless the matters are properly noticed for discussion and legal action. Finally, a word on decorum at our meetings. Periodically, we may want to applaud a success or show our approval of a comment, and occasionally we may personally disagree with something that is said. However, when we're hearing input from our city council and our residents, whether we support their comments or disagree with their comments, please do not applaud or negatively respond to a speaker unless invited to do so by the presiding authority. It is important that every person who addresses the city council has a right to speak and not be intimidated. So at this time, the first person I have is Tracy Pastor. Is it on? They're coming to help you. They're going to come help you.
Good evening.
There you go.
got it.
Awesome.
Vice Mayor, council members, my name is Tracy Pastor, and I stand before you tonight as someone who deeply believes in the power of strong schools and how they shape our community's future. So as we prepare for continued growth throughout our city, our ability to provide quality education hinges on having the right facilities and tools in place to support our student needs. Proposition 488 isn't just about expanding our schools, it's about ensuring our students have access to safe, modern spaces that inspire learning and achievement. This bond will help us build the necessary infrastructure, but more importantly, it will create environments where students can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. These improvements are vital for preparing our young people to become active contributors to our local economy and beyond. By voting yes on Proposition 488, we're not just investing in our schools, we're investing in the future of our community. I encourage you to support this proposition so that together we can create opportunities for our students and strengthen the foundation of our community. On a separate note, I'd like to say how appreciative I am of our strong partnership with the Maricopa Police Department, and mention that MUSD is hosting a safety town hall tomorrow evening. So if you're interested in being part of that dialogue with MUSD and the Maricopa Police Department, please come to the district office at 5:30, and we look forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next speaker card I have is Dr. Maxwell.
Good evening, Vice Mayor, council members. My name is Emily Maxwell. I'm here this evening as a community member and an employee of the Maricopa Unified School District to bring awareness to Prop 488. Our community continues to grow, so do the educational and workforce needs of our families, students, and businesses. Prop 488 is a crucial step in ensuring we have the infrastructure to meet these demands. Prop 488 supports the expansion of schools, providing modern facilities to foster academic excellence and accommodate our rising student population. Additionally, it will fund the development of state-of-the-art workforce training spaces, give local students the opportunity to gain skills necessary for success in today's job market. By voting yes on Prop 488, we are investing in the future of our children, our workforce, and our community's long-term prosperity. Let's work together to build stronger schools, brighter futures, and a thriving economy. Thank you for supporting Proposition 488.
Thank you, Dr. Maxwell. The next speaker card I have is Tori Anderson.
Thank you. Mayor Smith, Vice Mayor Lehrman, and Council. It's been a while, although I've seen you all over the community, so thank you for being out there. But I wanted to remind you that it is time to do your Christmas shopping. And I have the perfect location. So on October 19th at Harrah's Auction Casino, we will be celebrating our 19th annual Seeds of Change Gala with all the proceeds going to our local domestic violence shelter. So it all stays local. But this year, we are doing a Christmas tree competition with 9 of our businesses, and those trees will be in our live auction. So we've got Christmas decorations, we've got door wreaths that have all been custom made, and then those will be scattered all over the facility. But this is a great opportunity for you to come out on October 19th. All the money stays local. It's amazing. We've been planning it for 20 years. We've been doing this. The shelter's been open for 10, and it is serving our community and providing rich, valuable futures for our families. So thank you for your support. But this year, with the Christmas shopping, we're able to let you know that you can donate once and you can give twice. So you can give a Christmas gift to somebody, but you can also give the gift of a future to our families that are here in Maricopa. So you can go to seedsofchangegala.org, get information, tickets. I do still have a few tickets left, but now is the time to jump on that. You can also, Harrah's has given us a room rate if you would like to stay there, and all that information is on our website, so make sure you make those reservations. So if you have questions, obviously, you can call me. I think you all have my number. But again, thank you so much for your support. And this will be our 19th annual Seeds of Change Gala. And I hope you will join us for All That Glitters Holiday Extravaganza. And I hope that you will come and get holidays with me on the 19th. So thank you so much for your support. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Tori. At this time, we'll open it up to the public. If anyone would like to approach, please feel free to do so.
Good afternoon. I just have a question. I guess it's about Prop 488 that everyone's talking about. I didn't really come last month. So I remember there was the prop talking about selling all the lots and everything. Hello, Miss Nancy as well. So for me, I just want to know when it was all presented and everyone's talking about now about the education. I know at first it was talking about homeowners get a tax break or their increase will be lower. But I met Dr. Tracy Lopeman came to my daughter's elementary school yesterday to talk about the particular prop. And so a few different things that she was bringing up was the prop that's there right now is not going to necessarily go away for 2 to 3 years. And so in the meantime, they're already starting to do construction for 2 other high schools. And so and over the summertime, it's been like the resources that we have now just helping out for the time being. So I guess the question is for Prop 488 is like when it do pass, or if it doesn't pass, what are we going to necessarily do to proceed to help our children go forth? Because I was asking Tracy Lopeman this, and she's like, well, we need money. We need money to have teachers. We need money to do this. And that's not necessarily the problem. You know, there's other things that we can do. I also said about CAC last time, how only having 2 CTE credit courses. So there's different things that we can do. She's also talking about reconstruction of the Maricopa High School, and so different things. So I just want to know if we could even hold on to the necessarily lots that we have. Because I see now also to the Con 24-25, that's a lot of money right there. So what if we hold on to that for the next 10 to 15 years? My daughter will be 18 years. So maybe her generation can necessarily recoup or necessarily hold on to that. So that's just something to hold on to, because our founding fathers did hold on to the land, you know, so just saying if we can maybe hold on to it and maybe exercise some of our curriculum education that we already have. Thank you.
Can you remind me your name, sir, so I can thank you for your comments?
Yes, ma'am. It's Kenneth Granville-Galacki.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else would like to approach?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor Lehrman, City Council, everyone, City of Maricopa. My name is May, and I am one of the coordinators with Kids Day Maricopa. I apologize, Dr. John was unable to join me this evening. He's back working at the office there. But it's so exciting. So this Saturday at Maricopa Wells, it's Kids Day Maricopa. And we have special guests. We have Heroes United. It's Smokey Bear's 80th birthday celebration. And everyone who has a birthday in the month of September, please come join us so we can celebrate with you. Again, Kids Day, our focus is on health, safety, environmental awareness, interactive educational day for children and families. So we have the Maricopa Fire Department. We have Sparky that's going to be joining us this year. We also have the Maricopa Police Department and Phoenix Children's Hospital Bicycle Safety Exceptional Hospital. So many of you will be at Kids Day. It's all free food, and we have snow cones, and we have all of our youth groups through the Maricopa High School and also Desert Sunrise. We have Davisi performing. We have guitar artists. We have mariachi, children's groups. It's going to be a very fun and exciting. And again, it's all free, and we really welcome everyone to participate. And it's this Saturday, September 21st at Maricopa Wells Middle School from 10 to 4. And it's our 17th annual. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, May.
Thank you.
Anyone else would like to approach? Seeing no one else coming forward, we'll close call to the public. And we'll move on to our consent agenda. Does anyone have any questions on council about our consent agenda? Seeing no questions, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve by Councilmember Noor and second by Councilmember Marsh. And that takes us to, excuse me. All in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. Any opposed? With that, that motion carries. Thank you. That moves us to our regular agenda, and that is item 8.1. I don't think I need to read that. City Manager Bitter.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council. Tonight we have what is the result of the recent passage of Proposition 482, which was approved by the voters of the City of Maricopa, authorizing the city to sell land that it had in its possession or has in its possession. Over the course of the last few months, We've been able to go through a process where we received bids for some of these properties. We recently received those after the passage and opened those up, and had a partner that we are looking forward to working with, and as the result of why you're here before the council tonight. About 564 acres of land are proposed to be sold to Redevco as part of this. That'll be about a $58 million purchase price. This is not all of the industrial park that we have planned. We'll have some later action for properties that were not part of Proposition 482. Those properties would have to be sold under the state statutes that exist. And so that will start at our next city council meeting. But we've awarded this bid to Redevco and are now we've worked out a purchase and sale agreement, and that's what's before you tonight. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Anyone have any questions? Comments? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
I'll second that as well.
Okay, Councilmember Gettle got the second motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. And this concludes our meeting for this evening. Does anyone have anything else to say before we conclude? Okay, that concludes our meeting. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening.
You should.